One of the hardest things in the world to do is to forgive someone that's really hurt you, who's betrayed you, who's lied to you, who's stolen from you, who has just done horrendous things as human beings we often do to each other, right? And many times we will justify not forgiving someone because they don't deserve it. And then we miss the whole point of forgiveness. You know, if you want to look at why is forgiveness a spiritual act, we can go to every religion, every spiritual sect in the world, and they all have forgiveness as part of their process, as part of their program. I mean, Jesus taught forgiveness constantly, right? Buddha talked about the power of forgiveness. Thich Nhat Hanh, who died just a couple years ago, oh my gosh, he was massive in forgiveness. Hindu teachers, Paramahansa Yogananda, always about forgiveness. Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa. I mean, oh my God, all of these people were deeply spiritually based individuals who really believed that forgiveness was a way to free our soul. We do it to free our soul. It's such a deep spiritual act because for most of us, consciously, we don't want to forgive. You know, you cheated on me, you stole from me, you lied to me, you put me in this horrendous financial situation and you promised that you would pay it and you never did. And I ended up, we can go on and on and on of all the reasons why we shouldn't forgive someone, right? But when we forgive someone, we're actually opening up our own heart. When we forgive someone, we're opening up our soul. When we forgive someone, we're opening up that opportunity for us to be less stressed, less irritable. And when we hear that person's name or see that person or on social media or in person, whatever it might be, over time, when you forgive someone, there's a sense of calmness. You don't have to interact with them if you don't want to. You can if you want to. You know, I remember when I divorced years and years and years ago, I was so angry and I felt so taken advantage of and all that other kind of stuff. And one of my former clients, as a matter of fact, oh, I'll never forget, when she heard what happened, she raced over to me and said, I want to help you. And I said, well, no, honey, listen, you and I worked together for a couple years. We did great stuff, but I'll be fine, be fine. And she said, no. She said, I want to help you right now. I said, what do you mean? She said, we need to start forgiving her right now. And I said, there's no way. Oh my God, this woman was such a. And she said, David, that's what you taught me. And that's what you taught everyone else. So that you can be free. David, it's about you being free. And I had to be reminded of that by a former client in order to go down through the steps of forgiveness. Now, I've mentioned it's not easy, but it is such a deep spiritual act. It is so incredibly spiritual to forgive someone you don't want to forgive. We have created a four-step process of forgiveness that will bring you to your knees in regards to how effective it is. And what happens when we forgive someone too, if we forgive them at the deepest level, the way that we teach, is that you're not going to go into rumination. You're not going to go into every time you think of them going, oh gosh, I hope that business fails, or I hope their new relationship fails, or whatever it is, right? Like there's none of that. You are emotionally grounded. You know that this is the right act to take to be free in your own mind. When you forgive someone, you create all kinds of open space in your mind to do good in society. Maybe to spend more time in meditation or prayer or journaling or service in society, right? Like you don't have that heavy duty baggage that you're carrying forward. Listen, you may be thinking about, God, I really need to forgive my mother and father. They treated him like crap as a child. Well, yeah, then let's go there. Or a former partner or a former best friend, or a teacher or whatever it might be that has offended you greatly and you're still carrying that load. Let's let that load go. Listen, this is the work I do in the world of spirituality. We include everything. Join me. We have a brand new program. It's only $75 for a session with me on the phone or Zoom, whatever you want to do. And we can start the process. We also have much more engaged programs in regards to forgiveness, but this could be an easy place to start. And then you make a decision where you want to go from there. But the number one thing I implore you is start to really consider forgiveness as a tool for your personal growth, for your raising your own level of human consciousness, and for your ability to be free of the past so you can live more in the present, looking to help others around you, because that's what we need in this world right now, more love. I'm David Essel. The website is talkdavid.com. Let's do some work together and clear all this up, okay? I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye now.